southern part of America and so forth, on a respectful basis. We as Africans are respectful and have always been. And maybe that's where our mistake is. That's why we were colonized in the way that we were colonized, because we respect too much. And we say, respect us as well. Now, coming to the question you raised, there are quite a number of issues that we have to embark upon for our recovery. Obviously, we have to improve our health systems. And I reject the notion that no, you can't really have the vaccines because you don't have good health systems. It is the COVID-19 that is enabling us, that is giving us the wherewithal to move forward to improve our health systems. So it cannot be conditional. We will improve our health systems as we are dealing with COVID, because every crisis in the end does yield its own benefits. And they say, right now, it's a crisis, and we are coming up with various methods of improving our health systems. The second one, obviously, is economic recovery, the integration of our continent, precisely what we are working on. And the other one, of course, is the whole process of industrializing and building a manufacturing base. And this is where the North looks down on us. They say, no, you don't have, the wherewithal and all that. And we say, we are building it. And the other one is infrastructure. The infrastructure build that you are seeing here in Senegal is phenomenal. This is a country on the move. And Africa is on the move. We are improving ourselves. So we want the world to recognize us, to recognize that. And the other issue is access to finance. Another injustice that happens is this. The northern part of the world, the rich countries, have been able to borrow trillions of dollars to deal with this pandemic. But they are borrowing at almost zero interest rates. When we borrow at high interest rates. In my own country, for instance, we've got a growing deficit because most of our revenue goes towards paying debt. And we are saying we want to borrow on really preferential, including at zero interest rates, so that when we get funding, we're able to use it for developmental needs. And that is why the limitations that are placed by financing institutions when they rate our countries is so unjust, because they say you must limit your deficit to 3%. Anything that goes about that, then they rubbish your country and you can no longer borrow. So it is important that we should be given the ability and the capability to raise funds. On the security side, Southern Africa is now involved in a war. In Mozambique, we're fighting insurgents who are spreading, and the Sahel region and so forth. And we've been in the DRC, South Africa, for many, many years. We need funding, because the mission of the United Nations is to ensure that there is peace in the world. And the rich countries who became rich, who became rich because they plundered and pillaged the countries that they colonized. The wealth that you see in the northern countries is the wealth that comes here, that comes from here. And we are saying, live up to your responsibilities. We need funding to fight the insurgents. And therefore, yes, the world system needs to fund us so that we continue to fund, to fight the war in our region. Lastly, the issue that is really going to be a boon for all of us is multilateralism. As Africans, we respect multilateralism. And we find that other parts of the world don't respect multilateralism. They usually act unilaterally. And you just hear a country has been throwing bombs in another country without going through a multilateral system. And we are saying multilateralism is important. We want to strengthen that, and all of us should act through the multilateral system. That's what I would say would lead to a really good recovery of the world and Africa after COVID-19. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Merci Monsieur le Président. Je crois que le temps est venu de conclure cette cérémonie d'ouverture. Merci au Président Macky Sall, à ses invités, Madame Florence Parly, ministre française des Armées, Monsieur Charles Michel, Président du Conseil européen, Mohamed Bazoum, chef de l'État. Oui.
Hassan, je ne te coupe pas, c'est le Président Macky Sall. Vous nous aviez promis une intermède musicale. Pas...
Oui, l'intermède musical, je pensais que c'était de la fin, Baba Maal. D'accord, on va... Eh bien, encore de la musique. De la musique, une autre grande voix de la musique sénégalaise, avant de conclure cette cérémonie. Et j'appelle Baba Maal qui a marqué la world music dans les années 90, des États-Unis en passant par Paris et les grandes capitales africaines.
Yeah. Have good musicians. I want to get Senegalese music.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Macky Sall et ma sœur Aïssata Sall de nous avoir conviés à ce forum. Sur la paix et la sécurité en Afrique. C'est très important pour nous. And I want to welcome all your guests. This song I'm going to perform is called Bio. Cette chanson s'appelle Bio, dédiée spécialement aux enfants, filles et garçons qui, à cause des conflits, des problèmes, surtout dans le Sahel, se retrouvent sans scolarité parce que déplacés d'est en ouest, du nord au sud. Et si on ne fait rien du tout pour ces enfants, c'est une génération qui va ne pas avoir une bonne éducation, qui va tomber peut-être dans la violence, la drogue, les maladies. Et nous ne voulons pas de cela pour les prochaines générations du continent africain. Sinon, cette génération ne va pas pouvoir relever les défis. Like I said, this song is called Bio. Bio means orphan in my language, Pular. There is one generation left behind because of wars, conflicts, diseases. And if we don't do anything for these children, boys and girls, they're going to fall down into poverty, lack of education again, violence and drugs, and we don't need that for the next generation. With all together, we should join our forces together, give them the love and the support that they need so they can make it really, really great for our continent, Africa. Bio, please.
Lamtoro Gede, Jagraf Ngenar, Mendima Sall, Tal, Moju Musa Babi Tal. I said, welcome.
Watam fondo kange Mariama midi wa mi joroy lady amen sare doira Allah rokkam ko jinnomi yo judde balde malede kame arsugaji mi worday sey labam lele mi worday bandirabam yaay lele
wallahi
no jammano wadino jamia faransé bradaba pinnal bradaba gandal ledi téléphone de sona noddami Sénégal ledi ngartumi Dakaro tawmi nenam o yehe bayo 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 baye nene o nenam nene yo be baba yo babam baba yo be nene o nenam nene yo be baba yo babam baba yo be bayo bayo bayo
nan sal
ya yu makecho bernde baba njurum dero
wallahi
Kana samba Mariam molo brogo Anwi bisamilla mon Président Balo bisamilla man Président Basum bisamilla man Kono Président Ramaphosa Salam alemada South Africa baron baleja
wallahi samaria molo barogo kako sede bo sadaka jalade jagaraf ngenar la
we need education for all children all